uncomfortable. And no, that's not the case at all. In fact, Denise actually attended this exact same webinar recently, and here's what she said. She said, Tyson, thanks for all of your knowledge and your time and giving this all away to us. This is actually the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I've attended probably 20 webinars in the last 3 months. Brooke attended this exact same webinar, and she said, this is really blowing my mind. I have taken many webinars on attraction marketing and various other marketing strategies, and the way you explain it is so on point. You're really providing amazing value in this webinar. Thanks so much. And you know, when it comes to results, you might be wondering, well, does anybody ever actually get results from what you teach? Well, this is Brenda. She is one of my students. And I'll tell you what, I'll just let Brenda tell you her results. So take 40 seconds here to just listen to what happened with Brenda when she implemented this into her business.
Everyone, my name is Brenda. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a student with Tyson Sonner. And just last week, I launched my very first Facebook ad. I am really excited to tell you what happened with that ad. Within 2 hours, I had my first lead. And then constantly, every day since that ad launched, on a penny pincher's budget, mind you, I have had a steady stream of 5 to 6 new leads contacting me every day for information about the products that I have that can help them. I was stunned. I was overwhelmed and overjoyed. I didn't think that something like this could actually work for me, but I had to at least give it a try, and I'm so glad I did.
So I want you to just take a minute and imagine for yourself, if you no longer had to sell to your warm market. What if you no longer had to spend hours sending out cold messages because you now have leads reaching out to you about your product or your service or your opportunity? Do you think that would make things a little better for you, a little less stressful in your business? How would it feel for you to actually wake up every single morning and to see a steady stream of new leads that had been generated overnight while you were sleeping? Do you think that would maybe give you some stability in your business, maybe some peace of mind, knowing that you've always got brand new prospects to talk to? And what if those people who were reaching out to you, what if they already knew who you were and they were excited to learn more about what you've got to offer? And finally, the most important thing here, I want you to imagine being able to set all of this up quickly and easily with virtually zero technical knowledge. If I could help you achieve those things, if I could deliver on those promises, like I did for Denise and for Brooke and for Brenda, would you say that your time had been well spent here today? If that's the case, give me a Y or a yes in the comment box. I'm seeing that would feel great. Awesome, Amy says, that's great. So now I do want to address one more thing before we get started and start diving into the content here. I know there's a lot of people here that are like, Tyson, I'm here because I'll give it a shot, but how do I even know if this will work for my business, right? I mean, you don't know what I'm promoting. You don't know what region of the world I live in. It sounds too good to be true. Well, I don't ask you to believe me yet. I just ask you to have an open mind, and here's what I can tell you, okay? First of all, one of the things that's going to make this webinar very different from probably a lot of other webinars you've attended is that it's based on basic human psychology and strategy that will work for the life of your business. Now, yes, I will show you about 10% of what I'm going to teach you is tactical stuff that you can implement by getting leads to reach out to you on Facebook Messenger without ever having to have a capture page. That's the tactical part, okay? But the human psychology strategy part of this, I don't care if Facebook goes out of business 5 years from now, this will work for the life of your business, assuming your customers are human. I assume this is true. Nobody here is like selling to dogs or aliens or anything like that. And second of all, are your customers on the internet? Do they actually have an internet connection? Can they be found online? And most importantly, this comes down to the strategy, the human psychology part of it. Do your potential prospects like it when you help them for free? Because you see, I get people all the time that say, but Tyson, you don't understand where I live. People are so skeptical here in fill in the blank, this region of the world. And I say, okay, hey, you might be absolutely right, but are the people there human? Right? Do they have internet access? And even if they're skeptical, would they think it was pretty cool if you answered a question for them for free? If you maybe gave them some free tips before you ever tried to pull their money out of their pocket? I've yet to meet anyone in the world in any niche, in any market, selling any product that doesn't work for. So like I said, I'm not asking you to believe me yet. Just have an open mind. And if you'll do that, I promise I will give you so many examples tonight that your mind the dots will connect like crazy, okay? I've helped, and you might be wondering, well, Brenda's a network marketer. Is this just for network marketers? Absolutely not. I've helped a lot of network marketers, but I have helped affiliates. I've been a #1 earning affiliate when I've won contests with this strategy. I've helped web designers and info product creators. Authors have used my strategies. Fitness professionals. I've helped real estate agents close deals and make commissions and attract leads. Financial planners, service providers. Like, I've had accountants follow my stuff. Coaches, brick and mortar businesses. We've had karate school owners. I've had consultants, work-at-home moms. So if you'll keep an open mind, I promise I will deliver, and even if you're not sure, I'll tell you what, I'll even just bribe you to stick around until the very end of this presentation. When you stay until the end, I'm going to give you my free Facebook lead generation template. Now, you remember Brenda from just a moment ago? This was the exact template that she used to start attracting leads for her business online, and as she told you, she got leads in a matter of hours, and then 5 to 6 new leads overnight. I'm going to give you this template when you stick around until the end, and I'll give you a video with lots of examples of how to use it in your business. So if that sounds good to you, if you're excited about this training, I want you to take a minute and eliminate all distractions. All right, maybe don't tape your kids to the wall. That would be weird like this, but just let your family know that you're going to be tied up for the next 60 to 90 minutes because you are really dedicated to changing your business. Maybe put your cell phones on silent. You don't have to turn them off because there might be a few spots where you want to take a picture of the screen with your phone if you've got it out. Shut down Facebook, anything else that would distract you, and get ready to take some notes. Now, I do want to cover one last question here. And there may be some folks on this webinar who might be wondering, all right, Tyson, why the hell are you even qualified to teach me on this topic? So let me just tell you kind of the 2-minute mercifully brief introduction of my story before I found this 3-step formula and what it's done for me. You see, I was actually a public school music teacher for 11 years. I was barely making $30,000 a year in that job, but I've always been drawn to entrepreneurship. I've actually, I started my first business when I was 17 years old, and I've been in and out of things and opportunities ever since then, but I was never able to make enough to like quit my job and go full time. But I so badly wanted that because I hated having a boss. I hated being told what to do. I so badly wanted, financial freedom and just freedom to do what I wanted without a boss, hovering over me all the time. So I was, for a period of about 17 years, 18 maybe, I was jumping in and out of opportunities. And the problem was I was an opportunity seeker instead of a skill seeker. For that period of time, I was always looking for the thing that would make me money and make me rich, instead of looking for how can I develop new skills and knowledge that I can implement to an opportunity that will make me rich. And unfortunately, before I had that epiphany that it was my skills that were lacking and not the opportunities that were doing me wrong, I had alienated a lot of people. I was in the NFL club, the old no friends left club. I had friends that wouldn't return my calls. At one point, one of my buddies actually said to me when I called him, he's like, dude, come on, Tyson, you've been in like a bazillion of these opportunities. It's a joke at this point. How long is this one going to last? And finally, in September of 2013, I started implementing the exact 3-step process that I'll be teaching you here. And less than 12 months later, here's what happened to me. Now, you all are smart enough to know this, but legal disclaimer, just because I made these results, I'm obviously not claiming you're going to get similar results from this as well. My results were based on my work ethic, and I think we're all smart enough to know that. But what happened for me was that I personally enrolled over 1,000 people into a network marketing, direct sales style company. I became the #1 earning affiliate in a totally separate company. I actually topped the leaderboards in one of those companies. I created a multiple 6-figure income stream. I was featured in industry publications. I was asked to speak at events around the country. But I'll tell you what, to me, it's not even about the money or the accomplishments. I don't know about you, but to me, wealth is not about a number in a bank account. I think wealth is different for everybody. To me, wealth is what number do I need in my bank account to give me the life that I want. And that's really what was all the difference for me. I can now, I travel with my family. I can take my kids on amazing experiences. In fact, this particular picture has a really a high significance because we were sitting on the Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands on the beach here. And this was the first vacation I ever went on where I actually made more money on the vacation than I spent to go on the vacation itself. And I didn't work that entire week. That was when I really knew I had created true financial freedom. And now I can go outside and I can just, this is me and my son playing in our pool in our backyard. I can just go outside when I want. I can go do my hobbies. I love to golf. I can go out and go fishing. There's a big sailfish that I caught. I love to go skiing, so we take a lot of vacations out in the winter to go skiing. I can just hang out with friends. This is me and a bunch of friends in Chicago. But really, to me, the most important things are the things on this slide. I've been able to, my wife no longer has to work. She can stay at home and have experiences with our kids, and I can take my kids to do cool things. I took my son to see Hamilton recently. My dad is a huge golf fan, and I surprised him recently with tickets to the Masters tournament. And I mean, it's just been amazing, the kinds of things that my business has allowed me to do. And I want to give that to you. And honestly, no hype, that 3-step formula is really what turned it around for me. But I've had a lot of people say, Tyson, if you had to distill your 3-step formula down to just the one thing, what is the number one thing that you did that you think took you from struggling to top earner? And I'm going to tell you right now on this slide, my big secret, you might want to write this down. My biggest secret was that I stopped looking for leads and I started looking for conversations. And let me explain what I mean by this, okay? So I used to think when I first went online, I thought, okay, it's all a numbers game. If I can just get enough clicks to my website, certainly some of them will buy. If I could just get enough eyeballs on a presentation, certainly they'll buy. And to me, a lead was just a number. It was how many clicks could I get to my website or how many eyeballs could I get in front of the presentation. But once I started realizing these are real people who have real reasons why they might look at my presentation. They've got conversations going on in their mind. And I started thinking, not how can I talk to them about my thing? How can I get them to be a lead interested in my thing? I started thinking, how can I start getting them to reach out to me to have conversations about the things that they're genuinely interested in. And really, and that's a big part of what I'm going to show you how to do on this free webinar. And I have good news for you, okay? I'm going to give you kind of the bird's eye view in a second of how this strategy works. When I first started in 2013, it was way more complicated to try and get people to reach out to you, okay? The easiest, most non-technical way that you have available to you right now to get conversations started with new prospects is Facebook Messenger. And that is a large part of the tactical stuff that we're going to be talking about on this very webinar. In fact, let me just give you kind of a bird's eye view of how this looks, okay? In a minute, we'll get down to the ground level, and I'll dive into exactly the how-tos and the whatnots and all of that stuff. But this is me jumping off of the Sky Jump building in Las Vegas, and it's amazing when you're that high up, you know, the clarity that you have. Well, I want to give you a little bit of that clarity right now by showing you just kind of a bird's eye view. You're not going to totally understand it, but this will give you a kind of an overall view of what I do. So I'll post something like this on Facebook. Now, I'll get into this later, but notice this post has nothing to do with my product, okay? We'll talk about that in a bit, but they never have to leave Facebook, and I can get them right into my messenger reaching out to me to become a lead. Now, you might be wondering, Tyson, why are you defining somebody who reaches out to you in Messenger? Why is that a lead? Well, it's because I define a lead with 3 important criteria. A lead is, number 1, someone who knows what I have to offer them in terms of how I can help them. Number 2, they have raised their hand and indicated an interest, like they want more information. And number 3, they have, most importantly, they have given me permission to communicate with them further. Somebody who sees my post on Facebook like this. Now, this doesn't have to be just done on Facebook. I get people from YouTube reaching out to me in Facebook Messenger. The communication platform is Messenger, but does that mean you have to only market on Facebook? No. You could get people from LinkedIn into your Facebook Messenger. You get people from YouTube into your Facebook Messenger. The point is, I never had to set up a website. I never had to set up a capture page, never had to have an email autoresponder, and these messages here can even be sent on autopilot with what are called messenger bots. We'll be talking about that a little bit as well. Now, don't get freaked out if you don't like messenger bots, okay? If you're like, no, I don't like bots. They're too non-personal. I want something that I want to manually talk to everybody in my business all day long. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. I'm not knocking it. And I'll show you how to do it if you want to do it manually, but I use bots, and we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Now, you're going to be really amazed by this. I have been building an email list since 2013. I have about 25,000 people on that list. I sent out this email to my email list, I sent out the exact same message in Facebook Messenger. You want to see the stats? The difference in stats between how many people opened and clicked on the email message versus the messenger message. Now, this is really going to get you excited. Oh, by the way, let's think real quickly before I show you the stats about all of the technical stuff that had to go into this email message. Think about this for a minute. I had to set up a capture page with code to talk to an autoresponder just to get them on my email list. Then for writing this email, well, I'm sending them 2 videos, so I had to upload those videos to like a hosting service like, Vimeo. I then had to embed some code on a page, so I had to build 2 more pages to send these people to. With Messenger, they could literally tap a button and I could send it right inside of Messenger. Like, guys, if you have enough email knowledge to click that little paperclip icon to attach, an attachment to an email, then you can use Messenger to communicate with your leads. You could send them a presentation, a PDF document. They never have to leave Facebook Messenger. And so the stats are what's really exciting to me. Now, I don't think email is dead. I still use it, but man, look at these stats. I sent this out to almost 25,000 people, received that email message. Only 13% of them actually opened the message, and 1.2% of them clicked on a link. Now look at the stats for the exact same message that I sent in Messenger. I only delivered it to 2,000 people in Messenger because I have a much smaller list. I haven't been building that list as long. So I sent it out to a list that's less than a tenth of the size. But it was opened by 73% of people, and over 17% clicked instead of just 1.2. In other words, I got 17 times more engagement. If anybody's excited about getting that kind of engagement, I want you to give me a yes in the comment box. And if you're excited about doing it without any technical setup whatsoever, get ready, because I'm going to show you the ins and outs of exactly how to implement this 3-step strategy with Messenger in your business. The good news is you literally need nothing more to get leads in Facebook Messenger reaching out to you than a free Facebook account. And of course, it'd be good if you had a simple strategy to actually get people to want to start conversations with you. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. Now, I should tell you, if you've ever heard me teach this 3-step strategy before, I've taught it a lot to people in my business. So you may have heard me teach this before, but I'm going to teach it in a very specific way on this webinar. I'm going to teach it to you specifically how it relates to Messenger, and I'll be giving you lots of examples of how to get people into Messenger. And by the way, I will answer questions at the end of this, so if you have any questions, hold off. I may be answering them during the webinar, and if I don't, just stick around. I will answer your questions when we get to the end of this webinar, okay? So my simple 3-step formula is target, attract and cultivate, convert. Now, let me go through each one real like an overview, and then we'll dive into how to do each step. So let's talk about why targeting the right people is important. The biggest reason I struggled in my business was because I was targeting everybody. I thought everybody should be a good fit for my product. Like, at one point I was in a health and wellness thing, and I thought, well, everybody wants to be healthier, or everybody wants to make more money. So I'll just target everybody. And it is true that maybe everybody wants to lose more weight, but not everybody has the desire right now to do it. Not everybody is looking for it right now. And what I found myself doing was I was trying to build desire in a place where it didn't exist. And I am telling you, that is one of the hardest things for you to ever do. If you've ever tried to create desire in someone who doesn't have it, it's next to impossible. But when you can find people who already have a pre-existing desire for what you offer, my friends, the battle is half won. And I'm going to show you who my favorite 3 groups are, exactly how to find them, and what to say to attract them to you, which brings me to step 2, attracting and cultivate. So let's talk about these separately, even though we do them in a single step. The reason why it's important that we attract people to us is because when we approach other people, they have the power. We have less power when we're the ones. It's almost like we're asking for a favor. But when someone is attracted to us and they're asking us for more information, we have all the positioning and the power in that relationship. Now, cultivate is important because people buy, we've heard it all before, from others they know, like, and trust. So if we can get someone to trust us long before we ever try to convert them into sales, our job is 1,000 times easier. So I will tell you this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on conversion tonight, because if you guys can just get step 1 and 2 correct, step number 3 is like so much easier to do, okay? So let's do this. Let's dive into each one of these groups at a very ground level so that you guys know exactly who to target and how to track them to you. Does that sound good? So let's start with who my favorite 3 groups of people are to target in my business, okay? Oops, hold on. All right, here we go. So my favorite 3 groups of people to target in my business are, number 1, it would be people who are searching for my thing. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. They could be searching for your thing by its actual name, but that's a really small group of people. So there's a little bit larger group I'll tell you about in a second. But let's say you were promoting some sort of fitness program like, I don't know, Beachbody, like P90X, okay? So you could say, okay, I want to target everybody who is actively online right now searching for P90X reviews, right? Or what's the best weight loss program between P90X and CrossFit? Okay, those are people who are really targeted. They have great desire because they're looking for a fitness program right now. But the number of people who are actively searching for your thing by its name might be really small. So the other example of this is people who are searching for your thing by the category, right? So they might just be saying, what's the best type of diet to lose weight? They're not looking for a specific diet, just, you know, they're in general, they're looking for how to lose weight. If they're searching for, you know, that specifically, that is a great person who already has the desire. And we'll talk more if you're not sure how to find these people or how to attract them. Just kind of don't get a step ahead of me. We're going to get to all of that. Group number 2 that I love to target are people who have a history of buying my thing in the past. Now, this can fall into 2 categories. They can be what I call chronic buyers, or they can be passion buyers. Let me explain what each one is. The weight loss market is a great example of chronic buyers, right? Somebody who wants to achieve a result, but they haven't yet quite figured it out. They haven't yet achieved the thing. A lot of times they will keep buying new things. People in the weight loss market will keep trying new diets, new weight loss programs, new pills and potions and shakes because they thought the last shake didn't work for them, so they try a new shake until eventually they hope that they'll finally solve the problem. So if somebody hasn't yet solved their weight loss issue, if that was what, I'm just using that as an example, and you know, they've bought weight loss things in the past, there's a good chance they're probably going to buy again in the future until they solve that problem or reach their goal. But the other group is passion buyers. I get a lot of people on this webinar that say, but Tyson, you know, what if I don't solve a problem, right? Well, you might be in a passion market, right? Like golfers. Like my dad, I told you, loves to golf. And so my dad, for the rest of his life, will just keep buying golf stuff because it helps him to extract more joy out of the thing he already loves and is passionate about. So, you know, if you target people who have a history of buying your thing, there's a good chance that they're probably going to buy again, depending on your business, right? Now, in my wedding photography business, unless I'm targeting like, hey, have you had a divorce recently? That's probably not going to work, right? Like, hey, have you gotten married recently? You want to buy more wedding photography? But if they bought wedding photography, I might target them for baby photography, right? One day when they have children, because they've shown that they love professional portraits. That's an example of how I might use it in my photography business. My final and third favorite group are people who have a problem that your thing can solve. Now, this is the biggest group and the group I've built my business on primarily, right? So, for example, if you had a skin cream, instead of talking about your skin cream, what problem does your skin cream solve? You could talk about instead. That's the conversation that's going on in your prospect's mind. So you might say, hey, have you ever wondered how to get rid of your acne? Well, you talk to them about their acne before you would ever talk to them about your skin cream. In fact, the proof that this works is that you're on this webinar right now, okay? How did I attract you here? Most of you were attracted to me because you're in group 3, okay? I said, hey, are you struggling to get leads for your business? Do you not have enough people to talk to? Are you sick of chasing family members and friends? Do you have people that aren't buying from you? You're like, yeah, check, check, check. I have all of those problems. I think I'll show up because this guy could possibly solve my problem. So I targeted you not based on what product I was promoting or what I'm going to offer you at the end of this webinar. I targeted you based on a problem that I knew would attract you to me. Now, the next question I know you're probably wondering is, well, that's great, Tyson, but how do I actually find these people? Where are they at online? Okay, I'm going to make this real easy for you. I learned the concept of congregations from Russell Brunson. Maybe you've heard him talk about it. The idea of congregations is that people with similar problems or similar demographics or similar interests, they usually congregate together. And I'll give you a great example offline, an offline example. When I was a music teacher, every year, all of the music teachers across the entire state of Missouri would congregate together at a music convention in one city in one big convention hall. Well, guess what they had in the basement of that convention hall? They had vendors who sold stuff to music teachers, right? They said, hey, we have fundraising stuff that music teachers would love. We have t-shirts. We have sheet music and instruments. Music teachers would love that stuff. So let's go to the place where all of our perfect eyeballs are congregated together, and we'll get in front of our perfect targeted audience. Well, you can think in terms of congregations online. Ask yourself questions like this. What Facebook groups do people congregate in around similar topics? You know, there's groups on weight loss and entrepreneurship and, you know, different software. What forums do they visit, right? There's forums on travel. There's forums on cooking. What events do these people attend where they congregate together? Are there any gurus that they follow? Any big leaders in your industry? Somebody who is like the biggest guru of, you know, like a lot of entrepreneurs might congregate around Tony Robbins. He's a big leader or guru for entrepreneurs. What tools, what software, what equipment do they use? What magazines do they read? What blogs do they visit? What YouTube channels might they watch? Are there any certain keywords that they're searching for on Google or on YouTube that they're congregating around? And so here's how I, like real world, how I implement this in my business. Like in my Facebook account, I can go into Facebook and I can say, hey, Facebook, I have something that I would like to show to network marketers. So one group of people I help in my business are network marketers. So I ask myself, okay, what would be a big guru that most network marketers would know? So you'll notice right down here, I have include everybody who is interested in Eric Worre. Now, if you're not in network marketing, that's fine. This webinar will still help you, but I know that most network, if I had a message just for other network marketers, I know that they would know who Eric Worre is, and I would put this message only in front of the people who are interested in Eric Worre, and that's how I can find people who I know already would have a desire for what I have to offer. Even if you don't want to run Facebook ads, here's an example. You could literally do this immediately after you got off of this webinar. You could go to Facebook and just type in weight loss groups, and you're going to find thousands of weight loss groups if that was what you're in. You could type in travel groups, and you could go join a bunch of travel groups. You could type in groups for entrepreneurs or groups for CEOs of big companies. I mean, I'm sure there's groups for everything, and not just on Facebook. Again, there's groups on LinkedIn as well. There's probably groups on Twitter and lots of other social media networks, right? There's YouTube channels around these topics also. And so you just start asking yourself, where would these people congregate around and hang out? And then you go hang out where those people are at. Now, I got to give you a word of caution. If you go into these Facebook groups and you're like, all right, now I'm ready to go, everybody. I've got my whiz-bang weight loss shake and I just joined 1,000 Facebook groups. So, hey, everybody, I'm here in the group. Let me show you my link, and everybody go sign up for my thing. Guys, if you do that, you will get kicked out of the Facebook group as fast as you joined it, right? So the question you might be asking now is, Tyson, all right, that's cool, but how would I actually attract these people to me? How do I do step 2, which is attract them to me and help them to build trust? Well, if you haven't figured it out, it's not by talking all about your product and spamming your link all over the Facebook groups. That's the fastest way to destroy trust, right? Now, for anybody here who is saying, Tyson, I'm still not connecting the dots. I still don't see how this is actually going to work for my business. Get ready. Get ready. All the dots are going to connect right here. I'm going to tell you 5 questions you can ask yourself right now that I guarantee you, if you don't come up with a way that this would work for your business on this slide, then I just don't think you're creative enough. You're not thinking hard enough, okay? Now, before I tell you what those 5 questions are, I have to ask you to answer this question for me honestly. Would you please answer this in the box, and then I'll tell you what the 5 questions are that will help you to attract people to you. Are you on this webinar because you are genuinely interested in helping other people, whether it's helping them solve a problem, reach a goal in their life, extract more passion? Are you just here because you're like, Tyson, man, I just want to sell more stuff, dude. Just show me a cool ninja tool that'll spam my link into all those Facebook groups so people will just auto-magically sign up for my deal. Guys, I'm telling you, if that's what you're looking for, I cannot help you, and you should leave the webinar right now and stop wasting your time and mine. But if you are here because you genuinely are interested in helping other people, then yes, everything I'm about to show you, get ready to get excited. I'm seeing yeses all over the board. Brady, Mia, Terry, Harvey, thank you. You bet, says Beth. Awesome. Okay, So now that we're all on the same page, let's go to the next slide. And I'm going to tell you the 5 questions in a minute, but this right here might be something you want to write down. This is my number 1 golden rule in my business. Everything I do revolves around this one thing. You ready? I always lead with value instead of leading with information about my product or my service or my opportunity. Okay? I will explain what I mean. Okay? Guys, this is one of the biggest differences between amateurs and top earners, right? And you might be guilty of this. If you are, don't feel bad. Probably no one's ever told you otherwise. I'm getting ready to now. So knowledge, as G.I. Joe would say, knowledge is half the battle. Is that what he says? All right, so my secret, guys, is this. So here's what, let's talk about what amateurs do. Everything about the way the amateur promotes his or her business, it's all product centric or it's company centric. It's all centered around, look at my thing, right? The amateur says, look at my weight loss product, look at my shake, look at my ground floor opportunity, look at my company, how long we've been in business, right? It's all company or product centric. Everything about the way a top earner promotes, the real way marketing works and the real way people are attracted to you, it's all customer centric. It's what is my customer interested in? What is the conversation? Hey, there's that word again. What is the conversation that's going on in my prospect's mind that I could talk to them about before I ever introduce my product? The thing I'm interested in, right? You just realize when you go out and you say, hey, look at my great product, you guys realize that's selfish, right? Look at my product, look at me, look at my thing. When you say, hey, what are you interested in? What problem are you interested in solving? You know, how can I help you? That is the way value is provided to other people. Now, you want to know how to create that value? Here are the 5 questions that you can ask yourself right now, and I'll give you a ton of examples on this slide. Question number 1, ask yourself this. Do my prospects ever ask any questions right before they would make a buying decision? Because if you answer that question for free and it's weighing on their mind, that will attract them to you. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you were in a travel club, as an example, and you said, well, I want to attract people who love to travel and want to go on vacations and save money with my travel club. Well, what kind of question might someone ask right before they go on a vacation? I know what I do. I usually go to Google and I say things like, what are some of the best family vacation destinations for, families with young children? Now, if you answered that question, that would attract the kind of person who loves to travel and is probably getting ready to make a buying decision in travel right now, right? Or if you were, let's say, in financial services, right? And you said, maybe somebody is asking, I wonder if I'm on track for retirement, right? Or they're asking, gosh, I wonder where the best place is to put my money. Should I put it in the stock market? Or, should I put it in like an IRA? What's the best place to store my money? If you can answer those questions, you're going to attract your perfect kind of prospect to you. The next question you can ask yourself is this. Do any of your prospects struggle with a problem or a frustration that your thing could solve, right? So again, if you had a skin cream and somebody says, oh my God, I'm so sick of these wrinkle lines, well, you talk about their wrinkle lines, not about your skin cream. Or if somebody's like, God, I hate my job, well, you could talk to people about, hey, here's what to do if you have a boss that you hate, right? 5 things to do if you hate your job, right? And that would attract people to you who've got a pain point that maybe your opportunity could solve for them. Let's look at the next one. This is a pretty powerful one. Stories work really, really well on social media. Do you have any stories of people who've experienced something awful because they didn't have your thing? Okay, and I'll give you 2 quick examples of this. First example, in my hometown, we've got an insurance salesman who sells homeowners insurance and car insurance and stuff. She was Tyson, I don't quite understand how can I use this? I said, okay, do you know any stories of somebody who they weren't covered the right way because they didn't understand their policy, or they weren't covered at all? And she said, oh yeah, I got a ton of those. I said, okay, tell me a good one. She said, well, I'll tell you a bad one. It's like an awful story. She said, we had a tornado come through our town and wiped out several people's homes. And when they went to cash in their policy to rebuild their homes, they realized they didn't really understand their policy and they weren't fully covered the way they thought. I was like, well, do you think that story, if you shared that on social media, would maybe perk up the ears of other homeowners who think, gosh, I wonder if I'm covered, right? Now, I told you I would teach you tactically how this would work to actually get people in Messenger. So you might be thinking, okay, all right, I see how that might be intriguing, but how in the world would I transition from that to actually getting somebody to reach out to me to have a conversation and go further? Well, here's a great example. that insurance agent could say, hey, by the way, if you have ever wondered if you're fully covered the right way, I've got a 3-point checklist that you can complete in less than 5 minutes to look at your own policy. All you have to do to get it is just reach out to me in Messenger. It's totally free. I'll send it right over to you, and you can know whether you're covered the right way in your policy within 5 minutes. Okay, did anybody just have an aha moment from that? Right? I had somebody who was in like a legal company, right? There's probably all kinds of stories of people who, they didn't have the legal coverage and their business was destroyed, or, they got sued or whatever. If they had only had the right do you think that might attract someone who would maybe perk up their ears and say, all right, maybe now I'm open to hearing about what legal services you might have to offer me. Now, on the flip side of the awful story, right, of the terrible, awful thing, what about positive stories, right? Do you have any testimonials? Has there anybody who's ever used your product and they've gotten a great result? Their life is now better as a result of it. Could you share that as a case study and then say, hey, by the way, if you want to know exactly how Jennifer got these results, reach out to me in Messenger. I'm going to share her exact 3-step process for how she did it. It's totally free, and I'll send it to you immediately when you click this link and reach out to me inside of Facebook Messenger. They never had to leave Facebook. They never had to go to a website. And finally, the last question you can ask yourself is this: do I have a passion product where people would, maybe I'm not solving a problem, but they might enjoy tips for how they could increase their enjoyment out of that thing they love? I'll go back to golf, and then I'll give you a few other examples. Like I said, my dad is an avid golfer, loves golf in his old age. If my dad saw something on Facebook and he's scrolling through his newsfeed and he saw something that said, hey, here's one simple thing that you can change with your golf grip to get an extra 20 yards out of your driver every time you hit the golf ball, my dad's ears would perk up and he would be attracted to that like a fly on cow manure, right? And that is the kind of stuff that, because he wants to extract more joy out of his passion, which is golf. If you're in something like wine, right? What kinds of things are wine lovers passionate about, right? Maybe you say, hey, have you ever wondered what, how to keep your wine fresher longer, right? Or at fashion, if somebody's real passionate about looking good, what kind of fashion tips could you share? Like how to look better, how to wear jewelry in a way that makes you look better, right? How can you give some tips to help people increase their enjoyment out of the thing they already love? Now, I know some of you are thinking, Tyson, I know some of you are, I'm seeing the comments here. People are like, oh my God, like this is crazy. I'm so getting it now. So let me ask you this, all right? If you want to see the flow kind of how this works, I'm going to show that right now, because I know some of you are still like, okay, show me the actual click by click, like tactical part of how they go from what would you post on Facebook and how would they get to your Messenger. So let's kind of show you that right now. So this is a real post that I use in my business to target one segment of my audience that I help in my business, right? So I'm helping here home business owners who maybe they've started by, promoting their business to family and friends, but now they've run out of friends and family. Now they're starting to say no. They don't have anybody else to talk to. So I'm attracting them by answering a big pressing question and solving a big problem for them. Notice the ad has nothing to do with my product, my company. I don't talk about that, my thing, ever at all on Facebook, right? I talk about them, the conversation in their mind, and they go, wow, this was really valuable. In other words, I provide value right on Facebook. This is how I avoid getting my Facebook ad account shut down, because I provide ads that people enjoy in their newsfeed. Wow, that was a great story. Wow, that was really helpful advice. Holy cow, I really enjoyed that. And people, you can see down here, people actually like it. They laugh, they comment, they heart it, they give thumbs up, they share it with their friends. That's the kind of ad I want to be posting on Facebook, but compare that to what most people do. Here's what most people think promotion on Facebook should be. Hey, everybody, we're running a big sale, right? Come check our furniture out. Or let me post amazing, I see network marketers especially do this all the time. Like, ooh, let me post pictures of our product bottles as if that's good. Ooh, oh my God, hey, I just saw your product bottles on Facebook. I am dying to get a hold of a product bottle that looks like that. Oh my God, how crazy stupid, right? But we've never been taught any better. So if you've been doing that, don't feel bad, just change your ways, right? Start by leading with value, and here's how you get those people into Messenger. Here's the tactical part of it. There's 3 ways I can get them off of this message and reaching out to me to have a conversation inside of Messenger. Number 1, I can put a link right inside of the post. Number 2, if I run this post as an advertisement, they can click on the ad and they can go into my Messenger, or they can comment on the post and I can either manually reply back to every person that comments, or there's some really cool tools that you can set up that are called messenger bots, where every single time somebody comments on a post on your ad, like you could say, hey, are you interested in, you know, like, I don't know, are you interested in my 7-day detox challenge? If so, comment below and say, count me in, right? That's similar to what one of my current customers is doing right now, killing it for her, right? In fact, she might even be on this webinar right now. And when people comment, there's a tool that can monitor every comment, and automatically it responds back to them. You could be sleeping, you could be golfing. It is the easiest, simplest tool I've ever seen to set up technically. And now those people can now reach out to you, and they, inside a messenger, they never had to go to a complicated website, and you now have permission to communicate with them further about what you have to offer. Now, before we go any further, I do need to answer a big question, pressing question that I know some people here have. Now, this may not be for everybody. If you're here and you own your own product and you have all control over what you're promoting, great. Just bear with me for about 3 minutes while I explain this, because there are some people here, maybe you're in, you know, like financial services, and you're like, Tyson, there's a lot of rules in financial services with what I could say about, you know, this, or my company has rules. Or if you're in network marketing or direct sales, or you don't own the product, your company might have a big book of rules, and they say, well, hey, you know, if you're going to market online, you can only use company approved marketing materials. And so you might be thinking, Tyson, I can't figure out how this would work for me if my company has all these strict rules. Okay, if you're asking yourself that question, here's what it tells me. It tells me that you don't yet understand the difference between marketing and selling. You see, you think that in order to sell your thing, you have to talk about your thing in your marketing. That is not true at all, and I'm going to prove it to you in just a minute. You see, selling is what this guy is doing, and nobody likes it. When you talk all about your product, that's what your company can ban you or prevent you from doing, right? You know, posting company logos, you know, showing pictures of the product, you know, saying, hey, I got a great product, we can cure cancer, right? That's why your company doesn't want you talking about the product, because they could get in trouble for what you say. But when you talk about the product directly, people feel like you're doing what this guy is doing, like you're trying to extract money, like you're trying to pull their money, and nobody likes that. Nobody wants to be sold to, but we all love to buy. You see, selling is when you're talking about your thing, but marketing is when you're talking about your prospect, right? And what you have to understand is that in most cases, now check with your company to be sure, but in 99% of the time, guys, yes, your company could prevent you from talking about the product, but they can't prevent you from talking about your prospect. Okay, let me give you an example of what I mean, okay? In fact, I think this slide right here will clarify it all for you, for anybody that doesn't understand this, okay? Let's say that you were in some sort of affiliate company or direct sales company where you sold grass seed. And you're like, oh man, this grass seed is amazing. My yard looks awesome. And so you went online and you wanted to say, hey everybody, we got the best grass seed in the world. And your company says, hey, listen, we don't want you going out there making crazy claims about our grass seed. So you can only use company approved marketing materials. So yes, your company could prevent you from doing this kind of message, but you see, nobody likes the message anyway because they feel like you're pulling money out of their pocket, like that one guy that I showed you a few slides ago. Marketing, which people like, is something like this, right? Hey, would you like 3 simple tips to get the greenest lawn in the neighborhood, right? In most cases, your company cannot prevent you from creating a Facebook page or a YouTube channel where it's like, you know, Dan's Lawn Care Tips. You know, you're not talking about the product at all. You're just helping people have more beautiful lawns, right? Or if you were in financial services, maybe you worked for Merrill Lynch, right? And you're like, well, let me tell you, everybody, Merrill Lynch is a reputable company. We've been in business for over 100 years. You see, nobody gives a crap. Nobody cares. What they would care about is like, hey, here's 4 ways to tell if you're on track for retirement. If you led with that, it would attract the kind of person who would want a Merrill Lynch agent without you having to talk about Merrill Lynch at all, right? We have the greatest comp plan in the history of direct sales for all of you who are in network marketing, right? We pay out 15 different ways. Come check out Ground Floor Opportunity, right? Or, hey, would you like to know 5 proven ways that you can make a side income from home even if you have a full-time job? Hey, check out this, this free report or this free video. I'll tell you, 5 simple things that you can do to start a business, from home for less than $300. All right, how about this? If you're in energy, right, we have over 80 providers with the lowest energy rates. Nobody cares about that. But if you said, would you like to discover 5 simple ways that you could reduce your monthly home living expenses by as much as $700? I mean, think about all the people that could use that. I mean, somebody who installs solar panels could use that if you sold energy providers, right? One more for those of you in weight loss. Instead of saying, oh, let me tell you all about our weight loss shake. It's made from the highest quality ingredients, and we send Tibetan monks up to the highest mountains in the Himalayas to breathe their Tibetan monk breath all over our ingredients. That's why we're better than our competitors. And everybody's like, oh my God, shut up about your product. If you were said instead, hey, here's, would you like me to give you 10 fast and easy fat burning recipes that your whole family will love? Yes, even your kids will eat them too. Now that would attract the kind of person who wants to lose weight, who wants to be healthier, and might eventually be interested in your product. And guys, here's proof that this strategy works and that top earners use it. Check this out. Now, this is not somebody I know. He's not like a student of mine or anything. I just did a quick web search for top earners in real estate, and this guy named Brendan Bartek came up. He did close to $70 million in real estate sales. He works for Keller Williams Realty, and I thought, I wonder if I find his website if he's going to talk all about Keller Williams. Nope. Top earner. You know what he says? Stuff like this. Hey, would you like some staging tips to help you sell your home? Now, that attracts the kind of person who would need a realtor without him talking about Keller Williams or why he's so amazing, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, he's worth $160 million. He built his family's wine business from $3 million to $60 million. You know how he did it? Hey, have you ever wondered how wine glasses affect wine? Check out this video. Would you like to know some great 90-plus point wines that you can get for under $10? For those of you in network marketing, I know there's a lot of you here who are in that. Here's Susan Sly, who's a millionaire in network marketing. She was in a health and wellness company. But if you go to her website, you will be hard-pressed to find anything mentioning her company anywhere. Why? Because she talks about stuff like this. Hey, would you like to know 5 ways to get fit when your life is crazy? Of course, you've seen me do this. I have videos all over my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, even in my, my photography business. I say, hey, if I want to attract somebody who's interested in getting family pictures done soon, what kind of questions could I answer for them? Well, they're probably wondering, oh, hey, I wonder what we should wear for family pictures. What's the best time of year? And by the way, here's some really good news for you. You don't have to have a fancy website like I've got here at all. I could just as easily have delivered this pictures and content right inside of Facebook, right in Messenger with no fancy website setup whatsoever. You don't have to have a blog, capture page, an autoresponder. And for those of you who are thinking, but gosh, Tyson, you've created so much content. Well, it's because I like to. I kind of like to talk if you haven't figured that out. But you don't have to create a lot of content. In fact, think about what I showed you with Brenda. She said, right? Brenda said, I created my first ad, and within a matter of hours, I had my first lead, and then constantly 5 to 6 new leads a day on autopilot on a penny pincher's budget, and that was just from one piece of content. Here's a guy named David, who is a student of mine. He's in real estate, and he created one video. He attracted 2 leads, and both of those he led to closed deals totaling $13,000 in real estate commissions from one video. So no, you don't have to create a ton of content to make this work, and you don't have to do video either, right? If you can think and you can type, or think and talk, if you do want to do video, then you can do this. Now, the tactical part of how do you get them into Messenger? We're gonna kind of finish up with this, and then I've got something really cool for those of you who want to dive deeper. We'll be talking about that here in just a minute. But for the tactical part of how to get them into Messenger, let me give you a few tips here. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you give them a small but a logical next step, right? You don't want to show them something on Facebook that's like, hey, here's these 3 tips, and then you're like, oh, by the way, if you want to join my business opportunity, go to the next page and give me $1,000. They're like, whoa, dude, like way too much, way too soon, right? So kind of like the real estate, or I'm sorry, the insurance example I gave you earlier, a logical next step might have been, hey, if you're wondering if your home is covered, reach out to me, and I've got a 3-point checklist that you can check your homeowner's policy in less than 5 minutes. It's totally free. That's a logical, simple, small next step. Now, in terms of the tactical part, well, you can use a little tool called ManyChat that is $10 a month. It is one of the simplest tools to ever set up to create amazing automation in your business. Unfortunately, I don't have time to dive into exactly how to set that up in this webinar. But I do cover that in my home study course, which I'll be showing you here in just a minute for those of you who are interested in diving deeper. But if you don't like automation, I know there are some people here thinking, Tyson, I just think automation's way too, those bots, they're just way too non-personal. Hey, that's fine. If you want to reach out to every person personally, you can use a message, and you might want to take a picture of this on your screen, grab out your cell phone. If you type in fb.me/MSG, and then you put in your page name, what that'll do is it'll take people straight over to your page. In fact, let me just give you an example of how this works and what I mean, okay? So like my Facebook page, my business page is facebook.com/Tyson's on our page. So this is my page name, Tyson's on our page. Well, I could get someone into my messenger by saying, hey, go over to my page and click the blue button to send me a message. But the problem with that, the problem if I do that is that I'm asking them to do multiple steps. They might get lost along the way or whatever. If I want to just get them straight into Messenger, I can have them say fb.me/MSG, and then they put in my page name, which is Tyson's Honor Page. You could put that link right in your Facebook post, and it goes straight, it takes them straight into your messenger. So you could say, hey, reach out into me in Messenger, let me know that you want this free thing, and it sends them right over into your messenger. Now somebody is asking what ManyChat is, so let me show you. If you wanted to do this with a tool like ManyChat, which I teach you more how to use in depth inside of my course, let me show you, like, here's a real ad that in real time, I'll show you how this works. So I've got this post. Now somebody could click right here where it says learn more, but I don't have to even run it as an ad. This link right here, this link goes straight through ManyChat, okay? So I'll show the link again. Just have your cell phone ready so you can take a picture of it, Michelle, in just a second. So this link right here goes through ManyChat and everything is automated. So watch, I'm not gonna do anything other than click the link. It goes into my messenger, and ManyChat is a bot service. I can create one little message one time, and automatically my page sent this person a message without me having to do anything. It said, hey, thanks for requesting that free video. You can watch it now. And as soon as they click watch the video, I could literally have my bot send them the video inside of Messenger. It could be my face talking to them. Imagine how fast you can build a relationship if you recorded a video like that talking to people and it was sent on autopilot. I do that. In fact, you can even see, like, you know, here's a video right up here. Sorry, my screen is going to freak out on me, but you know, that was a video that I had sent straight inside of Facebook Messenger, right? And you can do that. That's what ManyChat allows you to do if you want to create that automation, but you don't have to necessarily run it with automation. So somebody is asking if I can show that link again. Yeah, take a picture of this, and then I've got one last little thing. I'm going to spend about 2 minutes talking about conversion, and then we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to show you a very special offer I've got for you guys for sticking around with me on this webinar. Okay, everybody take a picture of the link, fb.me/MSG, and then you insert your page name there. For anybody who's got it, post it in the chat so that everybody else can get it if they didn't have time to grab it, all right? Now, the last question, let's talk real quick about converting leads into sales. Guys, if you can do step 1 and 2 correctly, find people who are targeted and already have desire, get them to reach out to you and build trust, converting becomes way easier, because if you've done your marketing correctly, Peter Drucker, who according to Forbes is the father of modern business consulting, says the goal of marketing is for you to make selling superfluous. In other words, for it to be almost unnecessary for you to be a hypey, pushy salesperson. And here's why that is. Here's exactly what my business looks like. From the time a person first finds me over here until the time I actually show them a product that I want them to buy from me, so not so that I can just make money. Yeah, I'm in business to make money, but so I can genuinely help them, right? Before they ever get here, I'm laying all the right groundwork in this 80% of time. And what most people are trying to do is to present their product way too soon. Think about everything. Guys, most of you have no idea what the name of the product is that I'm about to share with you in just a moment that I believe will absolutely help your business and help you to get leads really, really quickly. You don't know, because that's not what this webinar has been about. It's about building your desire about what's possible, educating you on how it works, qualifying certain people, disqualifying others. Think about earlier when I said, hey, if you're here because you just want some magic ninja tool that's going to get you leads without you providing value, please leave the webinar now. I was disqualifying the people who should never see my offer in the first place. So when you do your marketing correct, the people that are left are ultra hyper responsive people who are most likely to buy your thing. And the good news is, if you do that 80% right, your prospects look at you like this. The real power of marketing is that it positions you in the right way to sell without having to be hypey. And the perfect example of this is Oprah Winfrey, right? Oprah doesn't have to be a hypey salesperson to sell a book. All she has to do is say, hey, here's a book I recommend, and it just goes flying off the shelf, right? It has the Oprah effect because she's provided so much value and people trust her recommendation that she doesn't have to be a hypey, pushy salesperson. And as a result, you guys, listen guys, you don't have to be Oprah, okay? When I got started, I was able to do this as well by not having any results, by not having any credibility whatsoever. So tell me real quick, guys, has this been valuable? I mean, has anybody had some aha moments here? Give me some yeses if you have gotten some value out of this webinar so far. And yeah, I'm seeing thank you so much. Yeah, let me look back here. Thanks. Good. Yes, Lulu says yes. Missy, yes. Good. Good. Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. All right, great. So I hope you're starting to see how this can work for you and for your business. Now, listen, guys, what I've shown you over the past 50 minutes or so, 55 minutes, is my exact 3-step process for how I attract high-quality leads online, how my students have been getting great results. This is exactly what I do every day in my business. And if there's really just one thing I want you to take away from this webinar, it's this. I've said it over and over, but it's this. You don't have to have a complicated system to make this work. Okay? You do not have to have a complicated sales funnel with a million moving parts. You don't have to have a website. Guys, if you have the ability to think and type, and you have a free Facebook account, then you can get leads reaching out into you into Messenger really, really quickly. Now, my question for you is this. Type yes in the comment box if you would like to get this done in the next 30 days. Like, how many of you here would like to do this quickly? I mean 30 days quickly. And if you don't think it's possible, stick with me for a few minutes, and I'm going to show you just how feasible. You may think this is marketing hype. I will show you. I will prove to you. This is not marketing hype. It is 100% possible for you to do this in 30 days. Yeah, I'm seeing duh. I love that response. Yes, 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 said Gemma. Norma, yes. Christopher, yes. All right, good. So, guys, if you want to make this happen in your business in the next 30 days, really, you have 2 paths that you can take right now. And both of them are legitimate. They can both get you there. I will tell you one of the paths is probably a little longer and maybe has a few more potholes on it. But the 2 paths are this. Path number 1 is the trial and error path, right? You can take everything that I've had time to give you in the past 55 minutes or so. I mean, obviously, I can't give you everything that's in a 6 or 7 hour course in one webinar. Nobody would stick around for the whole thing. You could take everything that I've had time to give you, which is a lot, and you could try to figure out the rest on your own. And some of you can definitely do that. But the truth is, for many of you, it will be costly. It'll be time consuming. It'll take way longer than necessary. It'll be frustrating, and you may at times feel like pulling your hair out because you have questions that are unanswered. Or, since you've sat through this entire presentation, I know you would probably prefer to take option 2 and do it the fast way, right? This means if you do it the fast way, it means you're going to get it right in the next 30 days because you're going to be coached and directed by somebody who has actually done this over and over with massive results and helped other people get massive results in their business. That person, of course, would be me if you hadn't figured that out. And this way, you guys, you can skip the cash loss, you can skip the guessing game, you can skip the frustration, and you can skip all of the wasted time, and you can just have this handled and implemented and ready to go in your business and getting results in your business within at least 30 days. I think most of you could have this set up and going in 7 to 14 days. And the way to do that is with my product called Attract 100 Leads in 30 days. And I think most of you will get way more than 100 leads in 30 days, but I wanted to make it attainable for everybody here. Now, what this is this is a home study course that will hold your hand and it will walk you through every step required so that you can get at least 100 leads for your business in the next 30 days so that you can have people reaching out to you, asking you to have a conversation about your product so you don't have to chase them. And here in a minute, I'm going to tell you everything that's included with this product. I'll also be delivering that free Facebook attendance bonus, so stick with me. But first, I want to tell you who this product is not for. Okay, it's not for everybody. If you're lazy, right? If you're looking, again, for me to give you a push-button system that just magically gets people to sign up in your business without you actually doing any work, without you doing new skills, please don't buy the product. It won't work for you, right? If you're the kind of person who can't focus, if you never implement anything because you spend all of your time, just learning and never actually doing anything, then I would think it would go without saying, then you won't get results and don't waste your time or your money. But if you're serious, if you are serious about your business, if you're serious about spending a little bit of time with my help working on your business to set up some amazing automation so that you don't have to work in your business forever. People can be reaching out to you on autopilot. Your page can be responding to them on autopilot with a messenger bot that is super simple to set up. If you're sick of chasing people around and you're frustrated by deadbeat leads, if that's you guys, then this product is 100% for you. And I'm going to tell you real quickly the 3 biggest reasons why this product is so different from probably every other product you've ever seen or tried, and why so many people are getting great results, and I know for sure you're going to get great results as well, regardless of what you're promoting. Reason number 1 this is so different is that there are a lot of programs out there that unfortunately they're taught based on theory. The trainer is like, hey, here's kind of like what you should try to do, and I believe this would work. And there is zero theory in this course, guys. This is as boots on the ground as it gets. Literally, you watch over my shoulder as I build real campaigns for my business. You watch me build an ad. You watch me who I target. You watch me what kind of content, how I create my content, line by line, what I say, how to write a post that converts, right? You watch me actually launch that as an actual ad. I come back 2 days later and I say, hey, everybody, here were the results. Here's what worked. Here's what didn't. Let's tweak this and that. So you literally have a blueprint to get you past all of the frustration of things that will, not work in your business, things that will get your ad account shut down. All of that stuff you can avoid because I'm showing you what actually works in my business. Second of all, I've already told you this, there's virtually zero technical setup. You don't even have to use ManyChat, that $10 a month tool. It's optional, but if you want to use it, it's super simple to set up, and I show you step by step how to do that. And the other thing that really makes this course unique and different is that it really is quick to consume. And that's not because it's not valuable. It's just because I get right to the point, right? If you wanted me to tell you where to dig for gold, you wouldn't want me to tell you the history of the dirt, right? Well, that's what I do in this course, or what I don't do is give you the history of the dirt. I'm like, look, if you want leads, here's the groups you should go in. Here's what you should look. Here's what you should say. Here's how you should structure your ads. Here's how to set up your bots. I mean, I tell you where to dig for gold so you can get results quickly without telling you all the extra stuff that's really not necessary. So here's everything that you're going to get when you say yes to this program to attract 100 leads in 30 days. There's 6 modules total. The first module is just the game plan. This is a pretty quick module. You'll get through this in about 20 minutes. It's about a $97 value, but this just kind of shows you from a 30,000 foot view the overall game plan so you know where you're going, right? It's hard to get where you want to go if you don't have a game plan or a map with where you're going. That's what we'll do here. On top of module 1, you're also going to get module 2, which is all about how to find and attract your perfect customer. And I will dive way deeper than I had time to go on this webinar here with finding and attracting your customer. I'll show you like how to find, but more importantly, how to spy on your perfect prospects. The reason why that's important is that you never have to guess what you have to say to attract your perfect prospects to you. I have people that say to me all the time, I don't know what I would say. Well, I have good news. You don't have to be creative to figure out what to say. If you just spy on your prospects in the right way and in a way that's not weird or creepy, if you just look for the right things and you know what to look for, your prospects will tell you exactly what you should say to attract them to you. And I show you the secrets of that. I also show you, like, in terms of creating content, line by line by line, I show you my 6-step, what I call my magic content formula. So you know exactly what to say and how to structure your content to get people reaching out to you. And if you're worried, like, how am I going to get people, like, what kind of free things should I offer them to reach out to me and start a conversation in Messenger, you're going to get all of the best kinds of like free giveaways and lead magnet ideas so that you can get people reaching out to you and asking to start conversations. On top of module 1 and 2, you're also going to get module 3, which is setting up your system. This is where you will watch over my shoulder as I show you exactly how to set up ManyChat. If you want a messenger bot to just deliver your free thing, maybe you want it to deliver a PDF while you're sleeping or you're out playing with your kids in the backyard, it can be doing that, right? I'll show you exactly how to set it up, and it is literally, it is one of the least technical tech tools I have ever used, okay? It is so simple. I'm going to show you 3 really simple ways to get your conversation started with people, have them reaching out to you. Module number 4 is all about free traffic. This is a $297 value. And so for those of you who don't want to run paid traffic or you're not quite ready for that, I will show you 6 excellent sources of free traffic online, how to use them. I'll show you how to grow your social media following organically by becoming somebody that's actually worthy of being followed. Finally, when it comes to Facebook ads, this is really the most powerful and most valuable part of the course. You'll see that the value I've given to this is almost $2,000. And I'll tell you why I justify that price in a second. But in this module, I'm going to show you how to get fast, targeted traffic using Facebook. Like, you can turn on the traffic like a faucet, and you can have leads within hours like Brenda, okay? And like Brenda said, she said I was on a penny pincher's budget. I'm going to show you how to get started with Facebook ads, even if you're on a penny pincher's budget. Guys, if you have $5 to $10 a day to spend on Facebook ads for 4 to 5 days, I can get you some great results, okay? I know I can. And I've got a guarantee to prove it to you here if you'll stick with me for just a minute. But the real value in this is that you're going to learn from my mistakes. That's why this is worth $2,000. Guys, I guarantee you, if you went out and you tried to figure out Facebook ads on your own with all of the stuff that I have screwed up, I've had ads disapproved. I've had accounts shut down. I have had all kinds of things happen to my account. I've wasted thousands and thousands of dollars running ads that did not work until I figured out what did. That's where the real value is, because I can show you the shortcut so you don't have to waste the time and the money and the frustration of figuring this out on your own. You will literally watch over my shoulder as I build 3 real campaigns for my business. You'll see why I pick what kind of images I pick and what works best. What you should say in a way that makes Facebook happy so they don't shut your ad down, and makes the users happy so that they're not like marking your ads as spam, as a bad user experience. You're going to see all of that in this module. Now, finally, module number 6 is called following up to maximize your sales. So guys, follow up is so incredibly important. Not everybody's going to buy on the first time, but it's important that you know how to follow up the right way, especially in Messenger. This is another area where people screw it up big time. With all of the like privacy issues that Facebook has been in the news for, I'm telling you, if you follow up the wrong way, Facebook will shut your ad account and your whole Facebook account down in some cases. So you have to know how to follow up the right way. I show you exactly what to say, how to deliver that free giveaway on autopilot immediately after somebody reaches out to you. But here's another thing that's really important about Module 6 is that a lot of people say, Tyson, I get really confused about how do I go from like leading with value, like I'm giving them all this like value. It seems weird to transition into trying to sell them something, talking about my product. Well, guys, the good news is this. I'm going to show you exactly how to transition from the valuable content that you give them into striking up a conversation about your product in a way that is totally normal and natural. In fact, I'm going to give you what I call the magic 9-word email that actually gets your leads asking you for more information. So guys, listen, if you add up all of the value, if you were to pay for all of this separately, this is over $4,000 worth of value. And you might think, oh, Tyson, that's just hyped up value. Well, as you know, I'm not going to ask you to pay this price, but I 100% believe that it is worth every penny of this and then some. And here's why I justify that price, guys. Literally, I make more money than most doctors and lawyers with this very skill set that you're going to be able to get access to in just a few seconds, okay? In fact, we had a neighbor of ours as a doctor. We were swimming in her pool recently, and she said, Tyson, I don't know what the hell you do for a living, but I want to learn how to make money from you. And you know what's funny? She probably had to spend 10 years going to school and hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Would I pay $4,000 for this skill set, which has made me millions online? You better bet your butt I would, okay? You can acquire this exact same 6-figure skill set in less than 30 days, not 10 years like a doctor or lawyer, in less than 30 days for a fraction of the cost of what a college degree or a medical degree would cost you. So before I tell you what you're going to pay for this, I just want to ask you what really this is worth to you. If all my program did for you was it gave you an endless stream of new leads and customers so that you never had to cold call ever again, you never had to spend hours sending out cold messages hoping people would respond back, do you think you could make your $4,000 back? Would that be worth that investment to you? If all it did was it helped you to avoid wasting your time and money figuring out all of this stuff on your own, because I've made those mistakes, would that be worth $4,000 to save you the time and the frustration? If all this did was it helped you to secure a few big customers or clients or new reps or team members, would that be worth $4,000? And finally, maybe if you're still working a full-time job and you want to quit, if all this did was it allowed you to quit your job, or maybe you're already full-time in your business, but you feel like a slave to your business, if all this did was it gave you some freedom back by automating some really key parts of your business, would that be worth $4,000 to you? I bet it would. Artist Spades became a top recruiter in his company. Thanks to my training, Mitch said he was struggling to find any leads on a regular basis before he found me. And now, even though he has a 60-hour-per-week corporate job, he can generate 7 to 10 leads a day on autopilot for his home business. Gigi was an affiliate marketer who made her first sale online with my stuff. I showed you David, who made $13,000 in commissions with what he learned from me. Do you think David would pay $4,000 to turn it around and make $13,000? You better bet he would. But I want you to be my next success story. And here's the deal, guys. You can get started right now with this product. The standard price, what I normally charge for this product, is $997, and it is an absolute bargain at that price. And I guarantee you would make every penny back and then some if you implement what's in this course. But I've decided I'm not going to sell it on this webinar for $997. Since you've stuck around until the end, here's what I'm going to do. You can get it right now for $199, and you have instant access. You make 3 payments of $199. The first one is today. 30 days from today, you make your second installment, and then 60 days from today, you make your final installment, and it's yours forever. Now, if you want to save $100 and not do the payment plan, you can pay one payment of $497, and you never pay anything more again. Either way, this is a one-time purchase. You get instant access, and it is yours for life. All right. All you have to do if you want to grab this is to either type in the link that you see on the screen or click the button. Let's see if I can find it. There should be a button somewhere that I can bring up for you guys. I think you should see a button inside the webinar room that you can click. It'll take you right over to our order form where you can get instant access to this. Now, guys, listen. If you know you want this, make sure you grab it right now, because I'm going to tell you about some fast start bonuses here in just a second that only people who buy on this webinar are going to get. So if you want those, don't wait to grab this. Grab it before I say goodbye on this webinar. Go over and start the checkout process right now. And let me just clarify a few things, guys. This product is delivered instantly inside of a password protected members area. So a lot of people ask us, they're like, Tyson, like, do you send me something physical in the mail? No, we don't. And the reason why is because the internet is constantly changing. So not only do you get lifetime access to this product, you get lifetime access to any updates I record down the road, right? Well, I can just upload a new video into our members area, send an email out to all of our customers and say, hey, there's an update in the members area. And then you're always going to be on the cutting edge of what's always working online right now. So like I said, you're going to get instant access. We'll send your username and your email within about 10 minutes. So you can literally log in within 10 to 15 minutes and you could start going through the first module soon. And it is really, really quick to get through. So if time constraints are an issue, you're like, Tyson, I just don't know. I'm busy. I've got a lot of time. Guys, I'm telling you, you can literally get through this entire course in probably 2 evenings, 3 at the most. There's literally, you could be through the first 2 modules today or tomorrow. You could be through, it's 6 modules, 2 modules a night, and you could be through this entire thing in 3 days. It's literally that fast. It's probably 6 to 7 hours worth of content. And I know 100% that you are going to get a bare minimum of 100 leads for your business in the next 30 days if you just follow the simple steps I show you to inside of this course. But you know what? I don't want you to take my word for it, which is why I'm going to offer an insane guarantee. It is a 30-day get results or get your money back plus an extra $100 guarantee, okay? So you're probably thinking, Tyson, God, I really want this, but I want to make sure this is going to work, right? How can you guarantee this will work for my business? Well, that's why I'm giving you this guarantee. You see, people who use this program, they get crazy results, right? So I know if you use this course and if you're not satisfied, okay, what that means is this. If you come in and you make an honest attempt to apply this information, you create some value to your audience the way I show you step-by-step how to do. You set up your post. You run some traffic the way I show you to. If you are not satisfied and this does not help you, not only will I refund your money, I will cut you a check for $100 to cover up to $100 of your ad spend if you spent any money on Facebook ads. So there is literally zero risk for you to come into this. Guys, the only way for you to lose is for you to not jump into this investment. And notice, please, the word in red, investment. Guys, this is not an expense. You understand that, right? This is not you going out and like spending money on a TV set with, money that gets pulled out of your pocket and you never see that again. You understand what an investment is, I hope, right? This program will put money back into your pocket. This is an investment that has massive potential and zero risk. Guys, what this is like if you were standing on the stock market floor and Warren Buffett walks up to you and says, hey, listen, I've got a tip on a stock that I am certain is going to go up 10 times its value. You just have to buy it today. And you're like, I don't know, Mr. Buffett, I'm not sure. And Buffett's like, look, here's what we're going to do. I want you to get into this so badly. I believe in it so much and I know it's going to work that here's what I'll do. If you hop into this right now and for some reason, if it doesn't work out, if that stock doesn't go up like I promised, I will pay you back exactly what you invested. And if the stock goes down, I'll give you back that too. Right? Guys, that is the situation you're in right now. Okay. But instead of me telling you about some stock that has crazy potential, I'm talking about the crazy potential right now with Facebook Messenger. If you're not using Messenger to communicate with your leads in the right way, you are missing out on so much money. Guys, people are making money like crazy using Messenger right now because the leads are so incredibly responsive, just like I showed you in that screenshot of my engagement when I send out messages, okay? You have a chance to get into that right now and get it right in the next 30 days, 100% risk-free with a refund guaranteed investment. Guys, that is insane. And you might be wondering, yeah, but Tyson, can I actually do, I mean, is it even possible to implement this in 30 days? I've tried programs before where, yeah, they give you a 30-day guarantee, but you don't even have time to implement it. Yes, it is. In fact, here's a testimonial from one of my students, Ray. She said, Tyson, you promised I'd get 100 leads in 30 days. She said, I created my ad, my mini chat is going, I finally got the bugs worked out. Today, just 96 hours later, I have 60 leads. Holy cow. She said, way to under promise and over deliver. Did you mean I'd actually get 100 leads in 100 hours instead of 30 days? And you remember Brenda, right? She said within 2 hours after launching her ad, she had her first lead, and then constantly 5 to 6 new leads a day reaching out to her. David, $13,000 in commissions. And you know, you might be thinking, well, Tyson, yeah, but I don't know if I can actually do this. Okay, well, let's explore that for a second. Can you? When I show you exactly where to find your audience and how to spy on them in a way where you know exactly what to say to attract them to you, can you target the right people? Yes, of course you can. Can you provide the right content when I show you how to spy and go, oh yeah, that's what they want, I'll just give them what they tell me they want? Yeah, of course you can do that. I give you the 6-step formula for exactly how to structure your content. Can you set the low-tech automation up when you look over my shoulder and I show you exactly how to do it? Yes, and if you don't want to use automation, you can just use that link I gave you to get people right into your messenger. Also, can you start doing this without having to invest in any additional tools? Yes. Like I said, you don't even have to have ManyChat if you don't want to. I recommend it. It's only $10 a month. But other than ManyChat, which of course is optional, you literally don't have to buy anything else. People are like, but do I have to have like a ClickFunnels account? No, you don't. Do I have to get lead pages? No. Do I have to have a hosting service, my own website? None of it. You don't have to have any of that stuff. And you might be wondering, but Tyson, what if I get stuck? Am I going to have support over the next 30 days? Yes, sirree. In fact, that's one of the bonuses I'm about to tell you about right now. Before I tell you about that, make sure you go click the button right now in the webinar room, or type in the address on the screen if the button's not working. Oh, somebody's asking, by the way, if this is in US dollars. Yes, we are a US based company, so this is $497 US, or 3 payments of $199 US. If you're in another country, of course, your bank would automatically just calculate whatever that conversion rate is, so that $497 lands in my account as it should. Okay. So here's why you don't want to wait. You definitely want to go click that button right now, because my cart is closing in 2 days. After that, guys, you cannot buy this product anywhere else. It is not available on my website right now. I am not planning to put it on my website. After the next 2 days, the doors will be closed on this offer, and you're going to see that because the order form will be gone and it will be replaced with an expiration notice. And honestly, after that, I don't know when or if I'm going to offer this offer back up. And if it does, it's very likely the price will double to $9.97 or perhaps even triple to $14.97. So when you click the link in the webinar room right now, not only are you going to lock in your spot, not only are you getting an amazing deal, I'm also going to throw in 7 bonuses that you're going to get when you jump in today. All right, here they are. So on top of the 6 modules, I'm going to give you my target audience fast start. Okay, so the main product shows you like how to find your audience, but I know some of you are like, but Tyson, I don't even know if I'm targeting the right people yet. I don't even know if I'm targeting a profitable market, right? Well, you could spend a whole lot of money targeting the wrong people, finding out the hard way that, you targeted people who were, it wasn't a big enough or profitable market. Well, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. You don't waste your time by giving you the target audience fast start. The Facebook fast start you're going to get as well. So if you don't have a business page and you want to know how to quickly set one up, or even if you do have a business page, I'm going to show you some simple tweaks that you've probably not made on your page to really optimize your page for lead generation. You're also going to get my YouTube fast start. If you wanted, you don't have to do video, but if you want to do YouTube videos, I'm going to show you the quickest, fastest way to just get a YouTube channel set up, how to optimize it for lead generation. If you've never recorded a video before in your life, I'll show you exactly line by line what to say with nothing more than your cell phone. Even if you're scared to death of video, you've never made a video before in your life. You're also going to get what I call endless content ideas. This is one of the most powerful bonuses you're going to get. And I guarantee that after you go through this bonus, you will never run out of things to talk about to your audience ever again. And you're going to have a ton of specific ideas just for exactly what your business is. Now, bonus number 5 is not necessarily for everybody, but I wanted to throw it in there because there are some people who are here that are like, Tyson, it's cool that I can do this without a website, but I kind of like to have my own website. I like the idea of branding myself, and I think that would be nice. Okay, cool. You're going to get my 7-minute website set up. So I show you literally everything I do from start to finish to set up every one of my websites in 7 minutes. You see what hosting service I use, how I set it up, how I set up my plugins, my blog, everything in 7 minutes. Okay. And yes, I set a timer to prove that it can be done in less than 7 minutes. You're going to get my capture page and my autoresponder fast start. Again, this may not be for everybody. You don't have to have a capture page or an email list at all, but I know there are some people here like Tyson, I'd kind of like to also be building an email list. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to give you this bonus for those of you that want it. For those of you that don't, you can skip this bonus. And finally, the most important bonus that every single one of you here needs and should activate immediately is 1 full month of free coaching inside of my Inner Circle Coaching Mastermind. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I hate it when I buy a training program and there's no way for me to get help or to get my questions answered if I get stuck, right? Well, that is not going to happen to you, because you're going to get 30 full days of free access to me inside of my Inner Circle Mastermind. Now, what this includes is we do 2 live video group conference calls with me personally. I'm actually there interacting with you, answering your questions. If you, let's say you create a post on Facebook and you're not sure if it's any good, you submit it and say, Tyson, how can I improve this? And I literally help you with your business. If you create something in ManyChat and it's not quite, working right or whatever, you log in, on our 2 monthly calls. We do them every other week, the first and third Thursday of the month, and you ask me your questions, right? Oh, and by the way, I record every single one of them, okay? And you get lifetime access to the recordings for those months that you're a member. So even if you can't make the call live, you're at work or it's in a bad time zone for you, you submit your question ahead of time, I answer it for you on the call, and you go back and watch the recording, and you're still getting my personalized help. Plus, we have a Facebook support group where you can get in there, you can interact with the other members, get your questions answered. You can see what's working for other people. Guys, we have some people in that Facebook group that are killing it. We like Ray. I showed you Ray earlier, her testimonial. She said 96 hours later, she had 60 leads. In fact, we just had an Inner Circle call today. And she told me that she's up to, I think, 90 leads as of today. And a bunch of them are like wanting to join her opportunity. So one of the real values is that you're going to get to be able to be in there and see what's working for other people so that you can model that in your own business. It's incredibly valuable, and I'm giving you a full 30 days of access. And by the way, I should clarify one thing. This is the only bonus that I cannot automatically activate for you, okay? The first 6 bonuses that you see here, bonus 1 through 6, if you buy and you go buy before the deadline, get it done, go click out right now, you'll see all of these activated for you immediately. Legally, there's something called ROSCA laws. It's boring. I won't go into the details, but there's something called the ROSCA law where I cannot automatically enroll you into a membership program like the Inner Circle, because this is a totally separate program from the home study course that you're buying today. So make sure as soon as you get done checking out for 100 leads in 30 days, your home study course, don't close the page down. You still need to go through the other pages and get to the page where you can activate this 30 days of free coaching. Make sure that you do that. That's very important. And you can cancel before your 30 days is up. If all you want is 30 days, that's fine. Cancel on day 29, that's fine. I'm happy to help you. And if you want to stick around and keep getting, my help, Ray is like, dude, I'm going to make, your advice is worth thousands. She's like, I can't believe you're charging so little for this Inner Circle. So, do what you want though. Guys, these bonuses have now brought the value up to $52.61. You can get started right now for 3 payments of $199, or save $100 and get it all for just 1 payment of $497. So click the button. You're going to go to an order form on the next page that looks like this. Just fill it out, put in your credit card information, pick your payment option. If you get stuck, we do have a help button down here, but don't wait on my staff to help you, because we're a small company, guys. I can't guarantee if a bunch of people are asking questions at once, my staff may not be able to support everybody. So, or if it's, at a bad time, whatever. So if it's just a few minor questions, don't wait, because I have 3 final bonuses, but as soon as I say goodbye, which is going to be soon on this webinar, I'm going to get you your Facebook template. I might answer a few questions and then we're out of here. These next 3 bonuses are gone as soon as I say goodbye, or when the timer runs out. If there's a timer on this page, many of you will see that timer. When I say goodbye, these bonuses are gone for good, okay? First, you're gonna get my swipe file of all of my best performing ads, okay? What I've done is I've compiled every ad that has performed the best for me. It has brought me the most leads at the lowest cost so that you can model them in your business. I've got video ads, I've got image ads. You can see everything about what's made my ads work, and you can even click through them to study why, where do I take them next? And how does my capture page work if I'm using a capture page, or if it's a messenger ad, how does the messenger part of it work? You're also going to get my little black book. This is every tool and resource that I use in my business on a daily basis. So, you may not need some of this stuff right away, but down the road, you might be thinking, man, Tyson's microphone sounds real good. I wonder what kind of microphone he uses, or how did he build this really cool looking like ebook? I'd like to build that. What kind of graphics software tools does he use? I show you all my little tricks, even stuff like, the outsourcers I hire when I don't want to do a job, what page building tools, my favorite books. I mean, it's every tool and resource that's made me be able to function and be successful in my business. And finally, the Fast Start bonus I'm the most excited about that you should get right now when you check out, but it's gone when I say goodbye. This is messenger automation taken to a crazy next level, okay? I show you in the main home study course, I will show you some basic stuff with setting up Facebook Messenger and with setting up ManyChat. But if you want to really add a ton of leverage and a ton of automation to do some really cool stuff with automation, the stuff you've probably seen me do in my business, this is going to blow you away. This is a course that's worth $500 all by itself. I'm going to give it to you as a Fast Start bonus when you purchase, right before I say goodbye or before the timer runs out on this page. All of the Fast Start bonuses now bring us up to $56.61. It brings but you're going to get it for 3 payments of $199 or 1 payment of $497 if you want to save the $100, and you've got lifetime access. So just a few housekeeping questions, because I know a couple people want to know a few of these things, and then I'll give you the Facebook bonus and I'll answer your questions if there are any. So some people want to know things like, how much time will it take to go through the course? So let's just answer a few of these. Do I get access to everything immediately? Yes. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you could literally start going through everything today. You could be through module 1 in the next hour. Okay, it's really quick. Can I go through it at my own pace? Absolutely. You could start today. You could start 2 weeks from today. It's totally up to you when you start. How much time will it take me to get through it? It's a quick course. Like I said, I show you where to dig for gold. I don't give you the history of the dirt. So we're talking 3 evenings max, you can be through the entire course. So time should not be an excuse for anyone here. How long will I have access? Forever. You buy this today, your login, your password, your username will never, ever, ever, ever expire. Okay, you can log in a year from now, 10 years from now, it's yours forever. Okay, Tyson, can I log in on multiple devices? Right? What if I wanted to listen in my car, or what if I wanted to give my husband access? Can I do that? Yes, you can log in on up to 3 devices. So if you wanted to listen to these videos while you're on the treadmill at the gym, or while you're commuting to work in your car, absolutely. You can log in, listen on your phone, watch the videos on your phone. They work on that. Just you can only log in on 3 devices. So just don't give your login to anybody else. If you like, let's say you gave it to a team member and they gave it to another team member. The next thing you know, you got a bunch of people logging in. Our system will recognize that more than 3 devices have logged into your account, and it'll lock you out. So just make sure that you control who gets into your account, and you're good. Do I get updates? Yes, you have lifetime access to the product and any updates that I ever record. Now, the biggest question a lot of people want to know is, can you clarify how the 30-day refund guarantee works? So let me clarify this real quickly. It's really simple, guys. How it really works is that the only thing you can lose if you buy this right now is a little bit of your time from implementing this. That's how it works, okay? Because if you're going to make an honest attempt to use this course, there is literally no risk other than just a little bit of your time to go through the course and start using it, which is simple to do, okay? So you have 30 days to come in, try this out, and that is, like I showed you with Ray and Brenda's testimonials, that is more than enough time for you to start getting results with this. So if you come inside and you do what I show you, you create some value for your audience, you set up some posts, you run some traffic the way I show you to, and you attempt to get my help inside the inner circle, you are gonna get results, guys. I mean, the people who do those simple things get results. Ray, I showed you her testimonial. She's one of our most active members. She's just taken action and she's getting freaking amazing, crazy results, growing her business like crazy. So if you apply this, I guarantee you will get results. And if you don't, not only will I give you your money back, a full refund, 100% of your money back, I will cut you a check for an additional $100, or I should say up to $100, to cover up to $100 of your advertising expense if you spent any money on ads. So there is literally no risk for you to come into this course right now, right? What you really need to be asking yourself is not what could I lose, but what can I gain, right? Well, you could gain a lifelong skill set that works in any business for the rest of your life. You can have incredible growth in your business. You can become a top earner like the testimonial I showed you from Artis. You could have a full-time sustainable income for life. You can get out of debt if you're in debt. Maybe quit your job if that's something you want to do. You could sleep better at night knowing that all of your bills are paid. You could retire your spouse like I've done mine, travel more, give to your favorite charity, whatever your thing is, right? You can create amazing experiences with your loved ones like I did with my dad, taking him to the Masters tournament. That's the kind of stuff you can gain. So don't focus on what you can lose. Focus on you have so much to gain, guys, with so little risk. And really, I want you to think not about what could I lose if I buy. I want you to think what could I lose if I don't buy, right? Here's what you can lose if you don't buy. First of all, you can lose the discounted price because there's a good chance if you come back to this webinar next month, the price is going up to $9.97 or more, okay? You could lose months or years of your life and time trying to figure this out on your own. You could, lose the chance to have your business just up and running in 30 days and attracting leads instead of a year to 2 years. Okay, you could literally lose thousands of dollars in wasted advertising spend by testing all of this stuff on your own. And you might be thinking, but Tyson, can I make that $497 back in 30 days? Well, I don't know what you're promoting, but I mean, think about it like this, guys. Let's say you were selling a product that every time you sold one product, you made $500 commission. All you would need is one sale in a month to make back your investment on this product, and then you're 100% in profit. Maybe you sell a $200 commission product where you earn $200. Well, all it takes is 3 sales, and you're now $100 in profit, right? $100 commission. Maybe that's what you're saying. I don't know the price of your product, but 1 to 2 sales a week and you're in profit. So just do the math here, guys. This is an investment. It is not an expense. Here's everything you're getting. The value is $56.61. You get instant access. I'm done talking about it. You get the fast start bonuses as long as you buy before I say goodbye. So click the link in the webinar room right now. Click the link before the timer runs to 0 so that you can get those fast start bonuses because I'm saying goodbye really, really soon. By the way, I will be sending not only your invoice, your login details, I will also be sending your invoice to you. Make sure you give your invoice to this guy, right? So give your invoice to your accountant because this purchase, this investment in your business should be a tax-deductible write-off for you under the category of continuing education, all right? So hold on to that invoice. Look for your login details in your email in 10 to 15 minutes, and also look for your invoice. Make sure you check your spam folder if you don't see it. Sometimes they get stuck in a wrong folder, and if you don't see it, reach out to my support staff, and they'll be happy and pleased to help you. So, guys, that's all I have for you. Head on over, click the button. I'm going to give you your Facebook template right now. And then if there's anybody with questions, start typing them right now so that I can spend a little bit of time answering any of your questions that you might have around this. For everybody who stuck around until the end to get your Facebook template that I promised you, here it is. All you need to do is, by the way, I deliver this Facebook template inside of Facebook Messenger. So if you want to see exactly how my message bots work, just not buy it, but type in this link, and you will go into my Messenger, and it will automatically deliver on autopilot without me having to be there through a messenger bot. All of it was set up with ManyChat. I will deliver the entire template, plus the video where you can please watch the video that shows you how to use this template. Use that as well. Take a picture of this screen if you're not typing it in right now so you don't forget it or you don't type it in wrong. I had somebody one time that typed in success with Tyson with a Z